Hi, this is Julian Chambliss from Rollins College. As you know, I'm one of the curators of Rethinking the City, which happens every month. We also, of course, have Rethinking the City Radio, which happens every Monday, 4 to 5 on WPRK. If you come out and joined us for any of our Rethinking the City symposiums, you know that we have changemakers from local organizations and also changemakers from around the country and really around the world. We've had some international people call in the past. One of the things that's happened over the last 3 to 4 years that we've been doing Rethinking the City, of course, that people often come up to us and want to follow up on some of the things that we talked about during our monthly meeting. And usually we just say, oh, well, we can check the website and we have the web information, and we're trying to be better about posting things on our Facebook page. But I also thought it'd be interesting if we would actually check in with some of the people and have some brief conversations that sort of follow up on that idea. If you sort of checked out my website, you know that I do a short interview, or doing a series of short interviews with people around the country around urban issues called the Urban Bulletin, and I thought I would work the Rethinking the City thing into that framework. So the follow-up on some of the conversations we've had around commuters and commuting and the challenges and opportunities associated with that in Central Florida, I thought I'd reach out to some of our people, some of our friends at reThink, and in fact, Courtney Miller was happy enough, and I was happy that Courtney Miller was willing to join me here with and talk about some of the things that reThink is doing. So say hi, Courtney.
Hi, everybody. It's nice to be here.
So I'm just going to throw it over to you, and you can sort of catch us up on some of the things that you're doing over at reThink.
Sure. Well, as Julian mentioned, my name is Courtney Miller, and I manage this program called reThink for the Florida Department of Transportation for 9 counties in Central Florida. So kind of the heart of Orlando, then out to the East Coast, and kind of a lot of places. We help people rethink how they get to work. Sometimes that's simple things like carpooling, vanpooling, riding the bus, now riding Sunrail for folks who live and work along the corridor, but also biking, walking, telecommuting. We really are open to all the options other than people driving alone in their cars. So we're not anti-car, because we definitely need it sometimes, but if we can get more than one person, all the better. It's been a busy few years since that first, gosh, it was so long ago when we did an update. I think probably the most exciting thing in this past year has been launching car share in downtown Orlando. In a partnership between Florida Department of Transportation, the City of Orlando, and Hertz 24/7. Hertz 24/7 is actually the company that runs the program, so they provide the cars, do all the technical stuff, and we help get the word out. So,
are you guys able to? Are we able to do that program now, or is it just started, or where is it in terms of like the start date?
We launched in October 2013, so we're actually looking at like our 1-year anniversary. We have 12 cars in really the downtown Orlando core. The furthest out, we've got a car at Florida Hospital Orlando, near that Sunrail station. We've got a car up in the Ivanhoe Village District, and another car near the Orange County Courthouse, and then a couple cars kind of just under I-4 and just west over at Lot 10 and kind of closer to FAMU and the City of Orlando Police Department. Got a couple cars over near City of Orlando City Hall, and then throughout Thornton Park and on the north side of Lake Eola. So they're kind of situated in a place where there's a blend of both people who are working downtown and people who are living downtown.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's coming up on the 1-year anniversary. We're trying to get the word out. We have pretty good enrollment, but we're not seeing like a lot of people using it. But I think it's because people are still driving. You know, we still have people who Sunrail's still new, so we still have people trying that out, seeing it work for them, and we see car share as it's like when you need it. So it's not an everyday thing at all. It's
right.
You rode Sunrail in, and let's say you got to get to a meeting that's on iDrive. And you could get there on the bus, but maybe not be the fastest way. With car share, you could get one of these cars. The hourly rates start about $8 an hour, and it includes gas and insurance. super simple. You reserve it on an app on your phone, unlock the car with a little key fob you get when you sign up, and then return it to the same place. So in theory, that's how it works, and we're always interested to see how people are using it. Like some people are just like running errands and just kind of trying it out. So, yep.
And so,
sorry, go ahead.
If you have the app, you can download the app through your website, reThinkYourCommute.com.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. reThinkYourCommute.com/car share. And
Okay.
we've got a big link on there so you can download the app if you have an Android or an iPhone.
Okay, cool.
And the cool thing with Hertz 24/7 is, first, it's free to enroll. And second, they allow drivers 18 years old and up. So you don't have to be 21 or 25. So that's something we were really excited about.
Well, I promised everybody who I told this about that I keep these things to about 10 minutes. So I know that you also wanted to talk to us about the WalkWise program.
Yeah. It's a somewhat new program. It's been in operation over in Tampa for a little while, but the Florida Department of Transportation is trying to take it statewide, kind of taking it bigger. It's really the education part of getting our unfortunate statistics with pedestrian fatalities and injuries, decreasing those. So the WalkWise curriculum, we can do it in half an hour. We can make it a whole hour long. We go into the work site and we talk. We talk about pedestrian safety. We talk about the law. Talk about driver tips. And it's interactive. We have little kind of polling machines because we want to know what people know as a way to get people to talk about what they don't know. And that's the biggest eye-opener for me every time I do it. It's sometimes people don't want to admit something, but when they think they're right, they'll admit it. And this is just a great opportunity to have that conversation and say, you know what? Actually, that's not the law. This is the law. This is better tactics to keep yourself safe, whether you're driving or whether you're walking. So.
With that curriculum, you say you can do it in 10 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour? Or?
We need like 30 minutes. So.
Like 30 minutes, okay. Would it be something that you recommend for like schools?
I would do it more for, well, college students, so I would say definitely like, for probably like 18 and up.
Okay.
Not necessarily for school kids, but for like work sites. So people who have really boring office meetings, invite us in. We'll make it a little bit more interesting. And we have lots of goodies too, which is always great. Okay.
And is there a worksheet or something that people could download to find out more about the program? And how do they sign up if they want you to come?
Well, the easiest, most direct way is emailing me, which is Courtney at reThinkYourCommute.com. You can also check out walkwiseflorida.com and should be able to find us through there.
All right, cool. And I think another thing that you mentioned, a new program that you guys have going, is called Cycle Savvy. And I think that's actually something that's going to get people really excited because there's a lot of emphasis, I know, in my community, in my neighborhood, around cycling. And with the semester starting up, we have a lot of students, and we actually can check out bikes from our library. So there's actually a lot of cyclists on campus. So Cycle Savvy seems like something that we definitely need to find out about.
Right. Well, it was actually back in, I think, 2010 through the Florida Bicycle Association. They launched Cycling Savvy.
Oh, Cycling Savvy.
Cycling Savvy. And it's, to talk about the law, but it's to give people real techniques and tactics of how to drive their bicycle vehicle, because in the state of Florida, a bike is legally a vehicle, how to drive it effectively and safely. And so over the years, all of the rethinkers have taken the course, but with between Rollins' bike library program and the city of Orlando talking about launching the public bike share program, we definitely see a need for some bicycle education. So we got trained. Now we're certified CSIs, I love saying that, cycling savvy instructors.
So I don't know that you want to keep using CSI because I associate that with like crime scene investigations. Is that
it may not be the best, but you remember it, so. But
That's true. Oh, that I will remember that.
so maybe we're the preventive CSIs.
Yeah, that's better.
So the whole course is actually like 9 hours because it's a 3-hour class where you learn the laws. There's fantastic animation and video that was put together by Carrie Caffrey and Mike Wilson, who are like local, just a treasure trove of information. And then there's a parking lot drill class where you actually get some skills of handling your bike, some basic things to some emergency maneuvers, and then 3-hour road course. So that the whole thing, like when I took it, like I was biking before, but I would kind of, hug the gutter, and I'd sometimes be the sidewalk. I wasn't. It just, I don't know. It just wasn't very effective. And after I took the course, when I thought I knew everything, I realized I did not know everything, and there were things I was doing that was making it more difficult on myself. So I definitely.
Can you give me an example of something you were doing that was?
Well, coming up to an intersection, especially intersection with a bike lane. You ever see those intersections and so the bike lane paint goes right up to the light, but then as you go through the intersection into the new lane, there's no bike lane.
Right.
So learning how important lane positioning is at the intersection so that I prevent any conflicts and that I communicate clearly to the people in cars what my intent is, it just makes the whole traffic dynamic flow so much easier. So just something like that where you think you're in the right place and you think you're doing the right thing, but don't let paint think for you. That's one of the big takeaways. So.
Let paint think for you.
Yeah.
That's a good takeaway.
Yeah.
That's better than CSI.
Yeah. Well, one of the cool things, because that 9-hour course can be a bit of a commitment. We have a cycling savvy light course, so it's an hour long. Again, something we can take out to the workplace and do like a lunch and learn. People on their lunch break, and that class through us is free. We're just trying to plant the seed and see if people are interested in taking the whole class.
Okay, cool. So, cycling savvy, walkwise. Those are programs that people can contact you directly through your website, and they can set up, and you can come to them.
Absolutely.
And with Rent-A-Car, what's the official name of that program?
Yeah, the official name is Hertz 24/7.
Oh, Hertz 24/7. Okay.
Yeah, that's the provider. So we're trying to get people more familiar with that brand name instead of car share. Right. That's sort of general. And even out at UCF, they have their own car share. They use Zipcar,
right.
But just for the UCF community. So Hertz 24/7 is open to really anybody, and the vehicles are located in downtown Orlando.
To use that car share program, you do need a credit card, right?
Or a debit card.
Or a debit card, okay.
Yep, so just as you have some sort of electronic payment.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm right on time. I'm pretty proud of myself. And thanks so much for sharing all this information on the programs that you guys are doing with Rethink Your Commute, or reThink. I know it's not Rethink Your Commute, it's just reThink. Everybody who's listening to this can, of course, check out Courtney and the other people at Rethink Your Commute, at reThinkYourCommute.com. And, of course, always, if you're interested in anything that is happening here, make sure that you like our Rethinking the City Facebook page. We do post follow-ups, and I will, of course, post the website for Rethink Your Commute on the webpage, as well as a link to this video. But obviously, if you're looking at this video, and that whole sort of like bit that I just said made no sense to you. But I felt obligated to say it because it made sense at the time. Oh well. I'm not a professional broadcaster. I just put one on the small screen. Anyway, thanks a lot for checking in with this sort of follow-up video blog from Rethinking the City, this urban bulletin, as it were. And look for more follow-ups in the coming months. So thanks a lot, and check us out at Rethinking the City on Facebook.